This is the journey to one Africa. Hey everybody, this is Mika. Welcome back to SNOA. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you're new to this family, one thing you have to do, you have to subscribe to this channel. That is one of the ways, that's one of the reasons, that's one of the things that you'll never regret in your life. Perhaps you've regretted so many things, but subscribing to Swahili Nation, you'll never regret. I can guarantee you that. But also like, subscribe, turn on the notification button. You can also follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Mika Chavala, Swahili Nation, all over social media, we're there. But also you can support, all right? We have links in the description. We have Patreon. You can join Patreon, become a patron, supporting us every single month. PayPal, anytime you can. Membership here on YouTube, anytime you can. Super chat, super sticker, super thanks, anytime you can. All of these are different ways for you guys to support the work we're doing for this beautiful continent of Africa. Okay, I have updates here on Congo. And, you know, whenever you say Congo, you know what comes next. It's war. It's another disease coming out of Congo. It is the tension between Congo and Rwanda. You can barely find a positive news about Congo. And when Mpox came, I started to speak highly about, I started to advise one thing. My humble suggestion was, guys, please do not accept the vaccine of Mpox. Well, Africa, we cannot make those kind of decisions and survive. So they were sent 1 million doses from the United States to Congo. Sadly, today, we have a news here that Congo finally begins Mpox vaccinations in a drive to slow outbreaks. The intentions that our government does when it comes to vaccines are good and pure. The intention is to slow the outbreak. And remember, say Congo finally begins. Finally, it means after a long wait, finally begins Mpox vaccination. Congolese authorities began vaccination against Mpox on Saturday, nearly 2 months after the outbreak was declared a global emergency. Why? The question is, why did it take 2 months? Perhaps they were trying to satisfying themselves with this vaccine, if it's right, if it's okay, if it's good. Perhaps, we don't know. The 265,000 doses from the European Union and the US were rolled out in Goma, where health workers struggled with the new strains. Health Minister Roger Kamba stated that doses are only for adults in at-risk population, despite most infections in children under 15. All right, guys, I don't have a good feeling about this. I never have a good feeling about vaccinations, especially coming from the Western world. And I've spoken about this a lot of time, but I think it's a time for us to start a conversation like this, that what is going to be a solution to us Africans, especially with these outbreaks, because we see them happening all the time, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. It's going to keep on happening, keep on coming. Where does it come from? That's a topic for another day. But what are we going to do to save our people? In Africa, we have the traditional ways of dealing with this disease. We've been going through this disease entire days of our lives for the past 60 plus years, or even 100, 1,000 years ago. We've been dealing with this. But now we have another way, and that is somebody else. The disease come from the continent. Someone else in the Western world come up with the vaccine. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand that that is just one thing to be cautious about these vaccines? So if the disease come out from the continent, they've been discovered in, for example, in Rwanda right now, recently they discovered another disease called MVD, and 700 doses from the United States have been sent to Rwanda to target the health workers and responders. Health worker, that means doctors, nurses, That means doctors, nurses, and all the professionals are going to be tried with these vaccines. So if the diseases have been discovered in the continent, it only makes sense for vaccine to be made in the continent. Because WHO, for example, in the case of Rwanda, they say they don't have treatment and even everything is been under review right now. When did they gather all the data and everything from the continent and go start making some doses in United States? Because 700 doses have been sent already for trial. So these are not legit for trial. And this is what happens all the time. It only makes sense if in Congo you have, recently we had Ebola arising there. Now we have Mpox is there. Why don't we create a facility, build facility of vaccine in Congo where diseases come, so that we may make sure that we find the proper solution to all these viruses that are rising all the time in the continent? It has to be done in Africa. And that facility, I know there's something happening in Rwanda. I think they're building something about it. And I hope it can be built in Congo as well, because that is where a lot of diseases are coming all the time. We don't know where they're coming from, and we don't know who is bringing these diseases. We don't know. But it only makes sense. I don't know, guys. Am I thinking? I mean, I think we should be able to think outside of the box as well. If it happens in Africa, in the continent, it should be done here. But if it happens somewhere else, it kind of seems like, they're in the business of profit making money. And two industries that make a lot of money in the world right now is military companies, weapon making companies, and also the drugs making company. Because that is what is happening right now. You have pandemic. There's a company that make billions and billions of dollars. You have wars everywhere right now. There's a companies that make billions of dollars from the weapons. So guys, let me know. Congo started to give this injection to human body, and it's sad. It's a sad day for Africa, to be honest. They started on Saturday. It's a sad day for Africa, and I'll be coming here, guys, to continue to give you an update. But nothing good come out of this. Nothing good come out of this. Of course, my condolences to everybody who, families and everybody. My condolences to them. But nevertheless, it's a time for the continent to do something about this. It's not the time to receive these vaccines all the time. As a support, African Union should do something actually to build facilities here in the continent, and we should figure out how to get rid of diseases by ourselves and not otherwise. Guys, let me know in the comment section. This is the beginning of conversation we can have, so please let me know what you think here in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. I love you. See you next time. Bye bye.